I think that's it. I think right. That's the music. We do the thing now. It's this one over here, and then I think it's this one, and then we're all started and ready to go. Hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be in your part of the world.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It's so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today, today is May 16th, 2024. We're gonna write a little bit of code today. How you doing there, chat room? It's been quite a few days. I'm really excited. I'm really happy with our stream yesterday. Um, I'm looking for something here on my desk. It's gonna bug me until I find it. I'll have to do that later. Um, Yesterday we ran a stream and we started with a beginner series on the Microsoft channels about getting started with .NET Aspire. And unlike other tutorials that get all wrapped up in complex application and features in the application and doing things, we're making this application as dumb and simple as possible. And we're building just a simple blog. And we're upgrading it, we're leveling it up. I've nicknamed the series the Big Bad Blog, and I wrote a ton of content to support that stream yesterday. Like I was up late the night before, and I wrote for a good 3 hours. I got 10 pages of content. All the demos that you saw, I had practiced. I have copies of in various states, and quite frankly, I had to rebuild the blog sample from scratch because I couldn't find it on Microsoft Learn. It wasn't where I thought it was. The demos that I was looking at turned out to be this this movie review sample, and I was like, there's too much logic and stuff that you can do with that I don't want to touch just yet. So I had a real good time. Like I said, I was very proud of how that stream went, and it's rare that I say that I'm proud of a stream. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but I've been streaming for 7 years, 8 years, something like that. Oh my goodness, hello, Chris Jones.
Chris Jones just resubscribed for 63 months.
Thank you so much. 63 months, man, oh man. It's been like 6.5 years I've been streaming. It'll be 7 years in November, right? 2017. Yeah. I'm used to how it feels when I finish a stream, and coming away from that stream yesterday, I was buzzing. I was feeling it. I was so jazzed. It was really, really good. So, big thanks for the Prime subscription, and of course, I'll make a donation to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for all of our subscriptions, all of our cheers this month. We'll donate over to St. Jude at the end of the month. Thank you so much. We're raising money. We've got all kinds of ways that you can troll me. I have to leave early today. My daughter was invited to a lunch where apparently she's receiving a community award and potentially some scholarship money. I don't know. So I have to leave early for that. But we'll be back streaming tomorrow. I'm not going to be streaming a full 4 hours tomorrow. I have a class that I need to take at about the same time, at about 11 o'clock noon tomorrow. So we'll stream in the morning, but we'll do what we can in the time that we have. Let me say hello to the chat room. They're right over here. We're broadcasting live on Twitch and YouTube. Hello, friends. Good to see you. C Sharp Titan is here. Hello, Null Sheffo. Welcome in. Minoj, all is going well. How you doing there, Dapper SW? Good afternoon to you. So when I left off the other day, we were finishing getting invite codes working for Aspirify.net. This is a feature that I wanted to go through and build with you live on stream because it's not something that is bragged about. It's not something that is very clearly defined as a potential feature that you can use with ASP.NET Core that is built in but isn't really configured for you. So I wanted to go through and discover it and learn how to do it and build it with you on stream because I think it's important to see some of these corner edge case scenarios and talk about how to build them. So let me get some music playing in the background over here. This is called Baseline Blitz. This is some of the new EDM music available from Stream Beats. There you go. This is music that's DMCA free, royalty free. Listen to it wherever you'd like. There's playlists available for Amazon Music, Apple Music, and of course Spotify, like I'm listening to here. Big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators for putting this music together that we're listening to today. So, yeah, I got a good amount of positive feedback about the stream yesterday, both on stream and after stream, talking about how much they enjoyed the session. So, like, that feels good when you set up and you plan and you schedule a training bit of content and you spend the time writing it and it lands right. Felt so good. Felt so good. So, hey, Cinzy Mac. You saw an interesting demo where open telemetry features of Aspire dashboard were used using the Docker container only. Yes. There's more, lots more coming about that in the next few weeks. That's absolutely a topic that I'm going to go after and cover as part of the Big Bad blog series. Probably a little bit later in the series, but keep an eye out during build. We think, the .NET team, think that this is a very compelling and interesting way for folks, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what tech stack you're using, to be able to use a pre-configured set of nice open telemetry features that are in the dashboard with whatever tech stack you have. Node, PHP, Python, what have you, and be able to map and see that content. There's lots more that I know the team wants to invest into building with that dashboard. And it's intended to be a simple dashboard. But clearly it's winning some favor with folks. Look, Prometheus, Grafana, it's a very cool solution that you can stitch together, but you have to stitch it together. And you have to build your dashboards with it. Gives you high level of control to use those types of tools. Totally. Go for it. They're great. The dashboard for a developer that just needs to see a little bit of data, needs to scan through a little bit of the logs of a distributed system and see those distributed trays. Yes. Really nice to be able to stand up without having to build out that entire set of infrastructure. So we think there's a lot more that we can do with that. How you doing there, Smirking Squiggly? You'd love to use that against legacy Log4net UDP logger-based apps. So you define an open telemetry endpoint. Like, it exposes from the container an open telemetry endpoint. You just have to publish standard open telemetry messages to that endpoint, and it will collect and map them for you. I haven't done it myself, but one of the things that I'm going to be doing as part of Aspirify.net, as part of we need to move Tags app into .NET Aspire. We need to. But one of the things that we're going to do is absolutely dive into how to add our own open telemetry, not just activities but sources, so that we can get not just cool logging information but metrics being reported and see how that works. Nalian runs Loki, Grafana, Tempo, and MemerStack. Yeah, it's fun and cool, but man, right? Just reading through that, gosh, you got 4 containers that you're running to get data collection, dashboards and logs to explore where the Aspira dashboard is one container. And for developers in its current state, that's pretty good. and we've heard requests from folks to be able to customize the dashboard a little bit. Yeah, you can do that. You can pass into the dashboard a name if you want to change the logo in the top, the label in the top corner. I'd love to be able to pass in a custom CSS style sheet. I'd love to be able to pass that in, because then I could grab a logo and put in the corner, other stuff like that. So I talked to David Fowler yesterday. The team has heard those requests. They're trying to ship V1. They're trying to make sure V1 ships at high quality, and then they'll come back around and discuss some of these other features, because they make sense. They do. They appreciate the request. They understand where folks are going with it, and let's do more of that, because there's an immense opportunity to do some very cool things. The ability to plug in a storage engine for the logs and statistics that the dashboard captures. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, there's lots of stuff they could do for V2. Totally agree. Okay, persisting the logs and statistics, they're not on the radar for what they're trying to accomplish. Right now, the dashboard runs and here's the information for the current session. Makes sense. For a V1, it is pretty darn cool. It is. Farhadsu, hello, welcome. So I've been adding the ability for you to, not you, but the ability for administrators to be able to generate invite codes for aspirify.net. I really want to take some of this content that I've built and at some point turn it into a NuGet package for this, because I can think of 2 or 3 other sites, including TagsApp, where I want to be able to shut off the registration page and say only invited folks are allowed to log in, and you can't log in with a password. You must use OpenID Connect. You must use an authentication provider from another service to log into the application. I've got at least 3 websites that I want to put that on, and copying C# class files between those is a pain in the neck. I'm off. I'm not speaking on the Microsoft channels. I'm not streaming on the Microsoft channels next week. On Wednesday, we'll probably be streaming here, and we'll see how far I go into streaming during Microsoft Build. I should ask permission to live stream and do commentary around the keynotes. That might be fun to watch them together here live on stream. I have a feeling they're going to say no, because they want to track how many people are watching it. Maybe I just do it anyway and see how it goes. We recorded a new Blazor puzzle yesterday, so that podcast will come out tomorrow, as always. So just do it. That's me, Nike. So I've got my Puerto Rico hat on today. I was thinking I'd love to get the Brazilian version of the World Baseball Classic hat, and then it hit me. Fritz, you use a green screen. That Brazil logo is going to disappear. That's not going to work. Let's head over. Let me get the code set up here for aspirify.net. So this is, of course, the news, the news hub website that I've been building, maintaining, that has a search engine built into it, and is capturing and broadcasting, sharing information about all the cool stuff that you can do with .NET Aspire. Cincy Mac, we did all that work to get to get Playwright running with ASP.NET Core, and so that you could not unit test, but you could do a little bit of integration testing by bootstrapping and loading the website. It was so cool, but man, was that a lot of work to set up and scaffold. When I look at what Aspire has for us, I really feel like that's a little bit loud in the background. I really feel like Playwright is going to run so much better and easier inside of a .NET Aspire stack. And it's going to be so much easier for us to configure and pass back and forth. Here's the location, and it's just running like a normal website instead of scaffolding and setting up an in-memory website, which, while very cool and useful for integration tests running in continuous integration, I think the way that Aspire sets up the distributed application and we could hand off to Playwright tests would be really useful. How you doing there, Napalm? Good to see you. Hello. NVIDIA broadcast for the win if I have green clothing. Just don't wear gloves as it makes my hands disappear. Oh, no. Oh, Andreas. I don't know if you know this. I have a full green screen suit. I have a head-to-toe green screen suit. Oh, yeah. Cover the face and everything. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, and complete with the gloves so you can't see my hands. The problem with doing a full green screen, including over my face, is it's really hard for me to see out. Like, you can see out, but to be able to read code, a little bit tricky to do. But, yeah. And we've had fun with the green screen. Wear the suit, but still have on the gunner glasses. Hat and headset. Let me experiment with that a little bit. Let me see what I could do. It's thin. You can see through it, but it's very hard to focus on detail like code. Redeemable at 50K. I would put it up for a $100 donation to St. Jude. I would put it up for 100, but I want to verify that I can do it before I stand by that. Like, if there's crazy stuff that you would like to see me do, suggest it, and maybe we'll do it for a St. Jude donation. Like, this is the month to ask Fritz to do weird stuff on stream, because I will for the kids, absolutely. And I've got the Barnyard Animal costumes available if we want to do those again. There wasn't much interest in those last time, so, but oh yes. And my daughter has my camera. She's borrowed the camera for the other set, so I can't really do standing set stuff. No, I quite frankly, I don't know OpenTK. So, it would be a lot of me fumbling around. So with respect to you and the rest of the viewers, I would pass on that because it would not be interesting at all. Let me head over to the code and let's dive in here. Remember where we left off. So we had started setting up in the Aspire. Heck, run the thing, Fritz. We had started setting up the ability to have an initial login code generated and placed on disk for when the website is initially created that says here's how to log in for the first time. And that's cool. And it helps get into, okay, here's my first user ID. Go create them, connect to your Microsoft account, GitHub account, Twitter, Google account, whatever. And then change your email and all kinds of stuff and move on from there. And we're right at the point of connecting the external logins. And then we'll force you to set the email address that goes with your account.
And then?
We'll get ready to deploy this thing. How you doing there, Dr. Cox? Good to see you. Hello. Junie!
Junie_Von_S just resubscribed. For 39 months, wait a day of C-sharp squirrel for a milestone perk.
Yes.
Or a nice dono, where a day of bouncing through code in a squirrel suit.
I do have a squirrel costume, complete with obnoxious. It's not helmet. It's. I guess it's a helmet. It wraps around my entire head. It is a headpiece. Yeah, I would do that. I don't have the set right now, so that I would be standing there and you'd see me wearing the whole costume because my other camera is being loaned out. But I could do it next week. Heck, if we got it, if I would absolutely set up to do build keynote color commentary dressed as a squirrel. Yes, I would totally do that. Day one build color commentary. I will happily do that. Yeah, let's put a pin in that. And I can absolutely do that as a flash goal, but in the squirrel voice some of the time. Okay. All right. Let me get that set up. I think we can absolutely do that, and I can set that up as a flash challenge, donation challenge. Something like $250 to St. Jude, not as one donation, but from the group. And we would do that. Oh yeah, the Oh Look a Squirrel, and yes, squirrel. That would be me. What can I tell you? I'm nuts. Okay. So here's the Aspire dashboard. This is with all the stuff running to manage Aspirify.net, and in particular down there's the website, there's the thumbnail service. Here's our database migration service that knows how to wake up, look at the database, and make sure that it has all the latest configuration. But you see the big one down here next to the running for the website? There's the login token for getting logged in, excuse me, to the website. It's on the console. It's going to appear on the console as a clickable link for the website. There it is. Now it's a really long token. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And there it is. Welcome new user to Aspirify. We should change that. But at this point, I started looking at, all right, let's get you connected to a third-party service, and we'll get you connected at that point. And I set up a Aspirify.net application on Azure so that you could click and log in with your Microsoft account. In fact, gosh, Cincy Mac, you were talking about using the dashboard for other things. The featured article that I set up for this week, I did this yesterday, is Nick Chapsis talking about exactly that. So when you do go to the front page of Aspirify, it is right here that there's a couple other articles that came out, and you can see the thumbnails are available out in the production space. But there you go. And Sean Moldermuth actually was talking about exactly the same thing on his YouTube channel, Open Telemetry. So, okay, yeah. So, yep, highlighted it and put it out there. And of course, right, the search box will get you all the goodies about Open Telemetry. Yeah, Open Telemetry. So, I feel like it should order. I feel like there should be a little bit more weight on the date for the ordering coming back. Same thing, like, where'd the description go for? Oh, there is no description showing because there's nothing to highlight. We'll figure that out. So, so that's where we are. We need to go back up to the login link there, Fritz. Come on. Right, because the link is so long, you can't click it in the structured logs. There it is. So the next pieces that we need to do are when you click that link. So I copied over the initial code that's in the third party, the external login provider's code. I need to change it slightly so that instead of going through those pages, that it comes back here and completes the process and invalidates that token. A couple steps there that we need to do. I think we can hammer this out here. So that page, right? We don't need to look at this. We don't need to look at the worker service. I'm not in there either. Or down here. I think we're at this point. I think we're only in working on web pages at this point. I think. Maybe. What did I call it? Did I put it in account? No. Where did I put that page? That is account/invited. I don't see it. That. Invite landing. It's in Aspirify Web Components account pages. Right there. Okay. Found it. All right. So if you don't have a valid token, throw an error message. Welcome new user to Aspirify. Okay. That's a valid token. Please complete the registration process. So somebody was saying to me yesterday, hey, couldn't you just do this with a GUID? I guess you could just generate a GUID and save it out there. But I think this is the more cryptographically secure way to do this. I don't know. So the form that I copied in, when you click one of the buttons for whatever the provider is, it's going to go to Manage Link External Login. And it's going to pass provider and then the name of that provider. Right? So it'll pass provider equals Microsoft in this case into account manage link external login. So let's go find that. Link external login, which is a minimal API endpoint. That was kind of cool that I searched for that in the search, and it found the minimal API. That's pretty cool, right? I'm feeling it. Okay. Okay. So link external login is going to do a sign out identity constants external scheme. Okay. It's going to build a relative URI to the external logins page. This is where I think I need to change this. This is where I think I need to change this. Because after that occurs, yeah. So write that redirect URL. Link login callback action. So it's going to do the login callback and then. No. Okay, it's going to do. Hang on. It's going to go to external logins, and then it's going to create an action called link login callback action. How you doing there, Chobaraka? Hello. This is not in GitHub. However, what we're building will end up in GitHub as part of another series that I'm doing. Let's go see where this is. But I'm going to bookmark that. Control. Karnak, get back here. So Control K drops a bookmark, and you can see it over there. So, what am I doing? So I can have these bookmarks out here that I can route through in the code so that I might be somewhere else in another file, and I can just Control K, Control N, and jump right back to my bookmarks and skip through them. It's one of your favorite features, especially on ugly legacy code bases. Being able to also have a name to go with them, kind of nice. But I'm going to go find where this thing is, and I think I'm going to end up looking at all three of these links next to each other. Hey, that's exactly what I was looking for. So it's going to bring it back to this page, and it's going to pass in an action. Okay, it's going to pass in an action. Yeah. Is that used anywhere here? I could do Shift F12 and see where it's used. I mean, so in where did it go? Line 102. So here we are in the onInitialized. So if the action is the link login callback action, which we saw it is for this, it's going to call this onGet link login callback async. So user manager, get the user ID for the current logged in user, get the external login info for that user. If we don't have any info, redirect to current page with status. Otherwise, add login async, add that login. If there was an error, do this. Sign out from the external schema. Redirect to current page with status. Okay, so this is just going to come back to the current page so that you can't submit the form again by hitting F5. This is the bits that I copied into the invite page. I could just have it come back here. Not to here, but to the invite landing page. Okay, we got that you're logged in with your Microsoft account. Here's your name and email that we picked up from over there. Verify this is correct. Yes, save, continue, and then invalidate the login token at that point. Right? Right now, this is server-side rendered. Where do I put the login token? Where can I put the login token so that I know which token to invalidate? Can I go get the, not the login token, the invite token? Can I go get the invite token for this user? Let's figure that out when we get there. Let's create a checklist of steps that we just kind of talk through, and let's figure this out, okay? I'll come to your question in just a minute, Mario. Okay, so we're going to duplicate the minimal API for external login. We're going to then let's move the add external login feature to the invite landing page. When in external login received mode, confirm user info. Save user. And then invalidate the invite token. That seems good. That seems good. Let's start with those ideas. Mario asks, is it for now hard-coded to Aspire where to grab the Docker image? Which Docker image? Can you use your own registry? You betcha. Yes, indeedy. Right, so that's not it. If I go back to program, if you want to add a container up here, right? And I started doing this a little bit yesterday, live on stream actually. Sure. I want to call it foo. I want to go get HA proxy. I want to get the latest, but I can also specify with image registry and tell it exactly where to go get it. So you can do that when you add a container. I was doing this with a GitHub registry, somebody who had a container out on GitHub. You can also do it, where is here? Add Redis. Why is that only running in debug? Because I was trying to force the output cache as a query string. something like that. Yeah. Where was I? So, like the Redis bits here, you can override the image registry, the image tag, the image for adding Redis if you want to. Those are all available there. Update it to whatever you want. So, yes. Okay. I've got about an hour and a half till I need to run. All right, so where was I? We want to duplicate the minimal API for the external login. So, and I'm duplicating it because I don't want it to go here. I want it to come back to my invite landing page. Do I? Yeah, because it challenges to get the login there. So let's duplicate this. Let's call this link invite login. That sounds good. That works. Okay. Sign in manager, Spirify, and then here I'm not going to account manage external logins. I'm going to go to account invited. Yeah. Okay. So when it comes in here, we need to duplicate what happens over here. Yeah, we need to duplicate this a bit. Digital Dummy with a question in the chat room. How you doing there, Digital Dummy? Good to see you. You heard Microsoft is removing Swagger from ASP.NET Core. No, that's not what's happening. Swagger, as it's now known, Open API. Right? Open API? Right? Isn't that what it's called? Yeah. It is right. They renamed Swagger to Open API. They're not removing Swagger. They're removing Swashbuckle. Swashbuckle was a library that was maintained by a community member, and they did a nice job putting together a library that a lot of us could use to upgrade our applications to take advantage of Swagger Open API. And we got to .NET 6, and everybody was using it, and it was great, and it worked with minimal APIs. When it came time to update for .NET 7, .NET 8, the maintainer disappeared. The team reached out and tried to work with them, and the maintainer didn't apply any updates to the website or the source code. Dependabot applied some patches. Some other folks who had commit access applied some security patches, but they didn't update it for .NET 7 or .NET 8. And this is the struggle, that the challenge that you have when you work with community-owned packages. They're great, but unless the team, the owner of the package, is moving it forward and keeping up, you're going to be left behind. So, folks, there were some folks that forked and applied updates and got it updated and had it running for .NET 8, but it left the .NET team in a position that they couldn't recommend it. So they wrote their own implementation of OpenAPI to ship with .NET 8. That's right. Open source is not a free lunch. It's not. So, I don't know all the specifics about what happened in those discussions, in those plans. The .NET team tries to be very collaborative with the .NET community to encourage folks to use open source packages and work with them. But the decision was made that we need to move on with our own implementation. So for 3, 4, 5 years, it was absolutely the recommended tool to use with .NET. And there were millions of downloads of it. $45 million downloads, 500 million downloads, 642 million downloads, 640 million downloads. These are the various components of it. The UI, 554 million downloads, 50 million downloads. There's literally a billion downloads of Swashbuckle packages, okay? That's a lot of folks. They've come through, and in the last few weeks, rolled out updated versions of Swashbuckle so that it works with .NET 8. But you can see there was one version issued in 2023. It was 6 months before that in July 2022, April. So, and a lot of traffic in 2021 was done on it. And 2020. And these things happen. Folks tail off. So there's a package that ships with .NET 8 that does Open API. You should have put advertisements in as a post-install script. I don't know. But that's where we are. Look, and nobody's saying don't use it. Nobody's saying that it's a bad package. It just wasn't updated to .NET 8 until 6 months after the .NET 8 release, and there was no version for .NET 7. As the team plans and gets ready for .NET 9, they need to be able to recommend and deliver something that's stable and is going to keep up with the features and tools that they want to build. So that's the challenge when integrating with a library. Hey, we want to make sure that folks that like and use your library get to use it with our stuff. So, okay, so we want to get the external login feature. So let's go back and take a look at this. So link the invite login, and it's going to jump over and go to account invited. And I'm okay with the link login callback action. That's fine. That's a string that it's passing in that we're going to interpret. I don't care. Okay. So it's going to drop in here, but we're not going to know what the token is. But we are going to know who the currently logged in user is because we signed you in. And I have your context here. So let's do this. If HTTP context user, not it, is in role, can I say, where is it? There's a, yeah, is authenticated. If you're not authenticated, and I don't have a token or an email for you, So if you aren't authenticated, right? So that'll be false. So this becomes true. And we're missing one of those, exit. If you are authenticated, this becomes false and we move forward. Yeah, okay. You're welcome, Calhoun Tech. I'm not sure I should have disclosed all of that, but I'm okay with that. No, let's pull this out of here. If you are authenticated, we're going to do something else. Handle receiving external login. Return. And we'll figure out what that is. Not return? No, we should do the await base. What the heck, man? There we go. And let's put an await on this because I don't know what it's going to do yet. Hey, Stacy! Hello! Welcome in. That's our friend Stacy Clouds. I don't have a project command there. Hey! Yeah! That's kind of what I want to do. Let me put a project command, sure. Adding invite code logins with external logins using ASP.NET Core for Aspirify.net. There you go. Pin. And there we go. So I've this is pretty close actually. Sure, I'll copy that. You know what? I could just say external logins. You don't know what that is, do you? Sure, that's fine. And then it does on get. I have that. I need to receive this. Oh, I already added it. Oh. Okay. So where was it? Not submit. No, that's different. It's this block down here. I don't really need another method for this, so I could just copy it in. Where did user come from? Okay, I can do that. I can do that. Sure. I like to list my private variables after the parameters and the properties. Yeah, go ahead, stop debugging. Redirect manager, where's that coming from? Is that something injected? I bet it is. Identity redirect manager. Don't mind if I do. Come here. You're coming with me. I think I need user store also. I think I need all of these. Let's go find out. So this is the landing page when you click a link with an invite code on it. Am I using Entra for that, or the default identity with Entra? I'm using, I created an application. I show you. Look, lots of people are going to Aspirify. Yay! I created, not that one. Come here. And man, do I hate calling it Entra. I created an application. Here we go. Called Aspirify Net. Not that one. This one. And I created a secret for it. Yeah. I forget where it is. But I created a secret underneath that I use, so that I use that as the application you're logging into. So it's fun to see that there's folks logging into and checking out Aspirify. Yeah, there's a couple folks on the site right now. That's cool. That's cool. So, wow, yeah. Viewership's picking up over there. Sir Timmy says lines 6 and 8 are identical. Probably. Yeah, we can eliminate one of those. Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm doing the naive copy and paste, and then let's simplify. That's the enterprise app, not the app registration. Did I do that? Enterprise applications. I want all applications. App registrations. This one. Yeah, there it is. So there's my client ID. Whoop-de-doo. And there's the secrets. So there's a secret. There's a password configured in there that goes with this that allows Aspirify to connect and request your Microsoft account. And receive a token that says, hey, you're logged in there. So C# in the cards is a little bit quiet. My blog is not busy. That's fine. But the response times, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's peaking at 8 milliseconds. Love seeing that. Love seeing that things are running fast. Where was I? So back over here. So we're going to get the user, right? And right now that's default. That user needs to be assigned somewhere. Where's it getting the user? It's right there. So, right, if I do that, so get the user ID, sign in manager, get external login info. If info is null, could not load, add login async. So there's the external login info. And redirect to the current page with this status. See, I feel like I need to stash the identity somewhere in here. Can I do that? Right, so when you get here, I go and sign in right there. Can I do something like HTTP context item? Can I add it in? But that's only within the scope of this request. It's not like a session where it'll be there when I come back. You know? Wait a minute. if I saved the token in the browser into session storage in the browser, it's just a token. When you click and come back into this page, can I get the token out of the browser and invalidate it? I don't think I can. I don't think I can do that. Let's finish this bit, and then I'll come back around on it. So it's going to redirect to the current page with status. So it's going to redirect, I am authenticated. No, if you are authenticated, handle receiving. Yeah. And action equals, right, what was it? Login, external logins, right? Link login callback action, right? That's what it was called? Yeah. Okay. User, no, it should be else if. HTTP, what was your suggestion? I already did that part. I want to present the information about you. You're copying this line by line to your website now. I'm going to write a blog post about this because there's some really great stuff. But how you doing there, Big Smoke? You're going to sell my source code? Good luck. Good luck. Here's the thing: you don't have a license to it. So if you did sell it, you don't have a license to it. So let's see. Get rid of. Yeah. Okay. So if you are authenticated and that isn't the action, I want to, well, go get the user again. And I should be able to get your external login info. Right? What do I have in there? Your provider display name. Oh, the name of the provider. No. Oh, but what's in authentication properties? What do we got in there? Right, there's a series of claims that are coming back with your info that I want to grab. Like your user ID and your email address. I want to grab those and carry them along. Let's go back down here. What do we got? Add the login with that info. Yeah, it's got to be... It's got to be in there. Where'd it go? In here. Right, and the external logins page. Current logins is this right here. Get logins async. That's coming off of user manager. So user manager get logins async. Right, and there's only going to be one in there. So what do we got? Provider display name, provider key. Right, I want to grab the email address that comes back. So in here, add Microsoft account. Okay. What other options do we have here? Get the list of permissions to request. What am I thinking? Get the email and name of the user from the first login returned. Yeah. Really? I don't think that's it. No. Display name of the user from the first login returned? No. I don't know. Public string display name. And it thinks that could be null. Maybe local Facebook Google. That's not it. No. Let's just put a breakpoint there and see what we get. Email is a claim in the user identity. It is, but I need it from the. I want to get it from the external login. Right. I want to be able to request. What happens if I go over here? Request the display. Yeah. Do that. Really? Yeah. What is that? It's Microsoft Graph. Join Stack Overflow. I already did. It's not supported by Microsoft Graph. Okay, what are the scopes then? No. How do I request the next one? include the display name and email from the user's Microsoft account profile. It's in... By adding the map JSON key, you can map the desired claims from the Microsoft account profile to the corresponding claims in the authentication ticket. We're mapping display name to display name and email to email. When a user logs in with their Microsoft account, the authentication token will contain the display name and email claims from their profile. I'm going to copy that in, but comment it out. To see if Mario's right that they're already there, and we can just kind of snoop on them. And I'm really far down in the weeds here, and I haven't tested anything. So let's build. Let's test the login. Go from there. I need to. No. Logging in with email at email. Yeah, good enough. Let's see what happens. Because we're like right there. And when you are in this, I've received your information, I want to confirm the display name you want to use for my website. And then go through and save those updates to the user and then invalidate the token. I need to figure out how to invalidate the token, though. Okay, starting up, and let's get some breakpoints in here. Let's put a breakpoint right there. Okay. Into the logs, there's my invite token, and it opens over here. That's a valid token, logging in with email, and that's the default email that I created, admin@aspirify.net. So I'll click yes, I want to log in with my Microsoft. I need a form name attribute with any unique value. Fine. Oh, but... Okay. The form up here, I need a form name. External login. Did refresh the page. So what? Restart. Hang on. Come on, here we go. So I'm going to click through to here. Okay. No. Should be going to... I have the wrong... First off, it's still going to here. I need it to go there. Yeah, it's going to think I'm logged in. Alright, so... No. Because no form currently has that name. No, I'm using a regular form. So... What am I doing wrong here? Right, because this has the exact same capability. Form class, and it doesn't have a form name. Yeah. I'm not submitting this to a Blazor endpoint. Yeah, this isn't doing an @submit. It should just navigate normally. Run that again. No. Right, I'm trying to imitate this page, but slightly different because I know who you are. I'm accepting an authorization token that was issued from us. Why is it getting... I'm not quite sure what the difference is between these because... So there's a form name. And that's specific to each provider. Show you secret keys. I'll show you secret keys, all right. But if there is, we've got a form, anti-forgery token, and just a regular submit button. action method equals post. Let's put these two side by side. Right, so here's this one works, this one doesn't. Anti-forgery token, yeah, it's identical. This one goes to slash account, that one goes to just base account. I don't know if that's going to work. It's not in as there is no hidden field. Yeah. What's going on the log? Selecting the user information. Then there's the login link. Crumbs. The form name transferred as a hidden tag. I'm hang on. Yeah. But it's not in this block up here. Right? These are exactly the same forms. This one works. This one doesn't. Right? External logins. It doesn't have a different layout. And there's nothing being injected in there. Let's look it up. Form name. Yeah, it's not in there. Specify an @submit handler for handling the submitted form post. I don't want it used by the Blazor framework. Right, so if I add it, restart it, form name has the same name like the @page attribute. What do you mean? I don't want to do an enhanced form. Blazor form submit to API. I'm back on the same page. Nope. So there I am, come through. Mismatch on cross-site requests. How to post a form with Blazor. How to post a form to an API endpoint. Right? No. No, there's... Well, hang on. 33 matches. Hang on. Search for form with a space. No. 5 matches. No, it doesn't talk about forms on here at all. Yeah. Form method post. Name. Oh, look at that. Ugh. Try the form name external logins. Okay. We can give that a try. Seriously? There it is right there. Okay. No. No. Blazor at form name. Let's see what Patrick has here. Yeah. No. That's not it either. Edit form, edit form, edit form. I want a regular form. I mean, this is input components, so. Right, I don't, it's not submitting back to the current page. identity, and then web data is me. This is so compelling, I know. Just get it working, Fritz. What the heck is your problem? Yeah, I know. I know. Like, if I call this invite landing, because that's, right? That's the name of my page. No. Do I need to put something down in the code block? Right, do I need a supply parameter from form here? No, they're down there. But I'm not receiving these from the form. These are not used. Did I confuse it? But they are used up there. Right, login provider and provider key. Where's that specified? Go find that. That's on the form name coming in because there's other forms. I'm not doing that remove, John. So because it had the, I might have overcomplicated myself. Rebuild. No, it works anyway. Is there something else behind the external logins? No. Right, if there aren't any external logins, it's not going to output those forms. Very industrial. Okay, there's the two forms, the action, that's it. Hang on. Did we somehow slip into here? Let's take a look. I don't think where we think I am. Okay, so I'm going to the navigate page and I'm dropping in. Okay. Microsoft. And that's just trying to get to the minimal API endpoint. Yeah. It's not even getting here. Well, there's it on initialize. Hey, Scode. This only repros if the form contains a razor expression nested in an HTML element nested within the form body. A razor expression. So, like the @ sign. And that for each. It's exactly the same in both. Hey, Remixy. Feels like we're co-working. I get that a bit from folks. Yeah, yeah. So let's just do the brainless here for a second. Right? The name is Microsoft that we have. Right? Let's just hard code it. Right? So it's hard coded now. There's nothing inside. Yeah. Right? No. I'm stumped. You've got a post? Go ahead, share the link. Blazor HTML form requires form name. Like, when I add form name, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't work. Form name equals foo. Right, there it is. Click. Cannot submit because no form on the page currently has that name. Yes, it does. I just put it in there. Two months ago. I have 2 edit forms in a Blazor static server component. I know what it is. I know what it is. There's 2 forms on the page. The search box. And that doesn't have a form name. What if I put a form name on that? You can't have two. If you're going to have multiple forms on the page, they have to have different names. That works. Right? There's my invite page. Restart. Clear out cache. So, does it need to be an edit form? Nah, Stacy Sue. You can use both an HTML form or an edit form for it to work with Blazor. Because I'm not doing interactive content. That's the other way I can go with this. I could turn this into interactive server. I don't want to, but I could. I'd prefer this to stay static rendered. Server-side rendered. All right, so go into the logs. There's my first user login token. And there it is. Am I authenticated? Nope. So dropping through. Okay. No. Yeah, it's not most of the site is not interactive. Right, I saved nav menu and I put a form name on there. Run it again. They can get very confusing. Yes. What do we got? Yeah, that's the other thing, Mario. I want to take a look and see if there's maybe a hidden form working. So, I've only got about 20 minutes left that I can stream here before I need to go to this luncheon for my daughter. So let's go back into this page. We're going to go here. Right, and it's going to go through that. Fine. Let's look at the source code. Okay. There are two forms. Input hidden value search right there for the search box. And then there's the link invite login. Wait a minute. No. And that. And if I put a form name on it. Something like that. Right, so it reloaded the page. No. Where is it? Request verification token. So there's my anti-forgery token. But there it is. Handler, add invite. So I'm not posting to the current page. I'm posting to another API. It is a hidden field. You're right that it's a hidden field. Hey, Ionescu.
Janice Q7 just resubscribed for 28 months. Thing.
Right. Think. What's on the manage group for this? Map group require authorization. So you have to be logged in. Okay. I'm not on Azure. This isn't we are not on Azure. Think. Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the extension here. Right? This hasn't triggered at all. We haven't gotten to that. We're trying to submit the form and get there. I don't know. Let's name provider. So, like, if I put this back in here, right? The form name is this. It's not posting here. It's posting to link invite login, which is there. Right? And that comes under the map group under manage, which is under account. Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, which is under /account. So that's the name of the form. And the name is provider. Why don't you like that? Okay, we need to fine. Not double equals. Thank you. Okay. No. Hey, bald-bearded builder. Hello. In the minimal API line 74, where I do from form here. That's the name of the model. Okay. Code changes were applied successfully. No. No. I have 2 edit forms on a Blazor static server component. Cannot submit the form because no form on the page currently has that name. And they specified the form name on those. Restart it just to make sure that it restarted properly. I'm just about out of time here. I'm going to try removing the search box from the nav menu too. Makes you feel like you're shopping at the Gap. Maybe. I think what our friend Bald Bearded Builder is telling us is that he's got nice pants. No. Okay. For giggles, I'm going to remove the other form. Like, let's simplify this. No. No. Can't get into work mode, Warm Peas? Ah, man. Oh, thank you for the resub.
Warmp is just resubscribed for 16 months. 16 months of learning and fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Warm Peas. And I'll make another donation at the end of the month to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Now, I don't know why this isn't hooking up. This is like HTML 101, man. Like, I could turn it into an edit form and redirect over. Like, I feel like I'm going to need to do that at some point here. No. Why the heck? Yeah, okay. This is from March. So 2 months ago. Identity pages are not meant to be interactive. The only supported scenario for login is static server rendered. Is server-side rendering. I keep messing up SSR. The only mode where an active request is available to set the cookie. What is that clip? No, it's not working. No, and even when I yanked the other form, if I change this to edit form, right, I have to give it a name. It's not running right now. Let's see what we did. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I commented out the search form. I still have an anti-forgery. Right, because I have form, you shouldn't have a second anti-forgery token in there. Otherwise, you'll end up passing 2 anti-forgery tokens. And your website will get grouchy with that. A model or an edit context. Oh, fine. No, let's give it an edit context equals... I shouldn't have to do any of this. I shouldn't have to do this. No, you were right. There it is. I did. Maybe you didn't see that. It's right there. I did a default on that edit context. Don't care. No. No. Does not specify a form name. I don't get it. This should be drop dead simple. Let me get rid of this thing. Put this back in. I'm going to roll this back to a form so it's identical to the other one. Form. Action equal, no. Account, manage, link invite, login, method equals post. Sure. Do that. Right, there it is. No. And if I add at form name, No. Thank you. It's right there. There's the form. There's the anti-forgery token. Something's going on here. Something different is going on here. Is there somewhere where it's like escaped? No. No. That's building a link to that page. Because the search box in the nav menu works without a form name. It's posting to another page. It's actually doing a get. If we change that to a post, that didn't update. Method post. Action search. Wants an anti-forgery token. I'll give you one. There's the form. It has a verification token. There's only one form. But as soon as I put anti-forgery token on it, what doesn't make sense is that right, if I take that off, because I made it post. If I make it get, no problem. It feel. Let's see that form that it submits. Right here. Let's see that form it submits. It tried to get to link invite login. And that returned a bad request. Yep, look at all that cookie. Tasty cookie. Refer, okay. Is there something that's checking the handler on this? Right, something is saying you need to be verified. It's got to be that require authorization. I think I need that. And I need to be not on manage group, but on account group. Because you're not completely logged in yet. Which will take me out of this requires authorization here. If I change that and then I change it so it goes to account. Why do I have two of these open? Like that. Let's see, it's rebuilding and patching. Clear all that. And then I need to wrap up and get out of here. Cannot submit foo. Wait a sec, it's not there. Get rid of this for right now. I think I need to restart it because I changed the map. Yeah, from services and then the provider for from services. Get rid of you. I think I got rid of it before it started. Restart it just to be safe. But you're suggesting removing them? See what happens. Okay. No. No. And if I change this so that search has a form name. Sure. There's the search box. There's the handler that goes with it. There's my link invite with the request verification and no handler specified with it. No. Let's set up an on-initialized here. And I'm just going to put a break point, not there. Fine. Put it there. It's like it's trying to get to the endpoint. And the minimal API is rejecting it. I've never seen it behave this way before. There it is. Okay, so it's doing on initialized. Click. So it's not on this page. This is coming back from... It's attempting to post over there with the verification token. Where did it go? And provider. Where'd it go? Here. Like, I shouldn't have to do that. No. No. No, I'm about to sign off. Ooh, I'm late. I gotta go. I'm gonna have to find some help with this. This is not behaving right at all. And I really don't want to turn it into interactive mode. But I am at a complete loss what to do with this. I need to wrap it up. I need to get out of here. I have a lunch meeting to get to. What a pain. What a pain, what a pain, what a pain. But I will find that, figure it out, and get you up to date with what happened there. Suggesting removing the parameter provider has form. I'll take a look. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been fun working through this, and I'm at a stuck point here where I am stumped. I'm going to go find some help and see if we can get through that. You know who's streaming that we haven't rated in a very long time? She's doing game development. Let's go rate our friend Layla Porter and say hello to her. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, have a fantastic rest of your day. And for the rest of you, get ready to say hi to my friend Layla Porter, and I will catch you tomorrow right back here, same time, all right? Have a great rest of your day. I wish you good health and good coding. Take care.